Everyone seems to be absolutely obsessed with max cushion daily trainers and carbon plated super shoes right now. But what if going lighter and more minimal, you could actually improve your form and go faster? Meet the Saucony Kinvara 16. Well, I'm back from my cruise now, and I'm pleased to say I actually really enjoyed it. I wasn't sure what to expect. But if you haven't heard of the Icon of the Seas by Royal Caribbean, you've got to look it up. That cruise was insane. Now I know I'm a little late to the game with the Kinvara 16. It's been out about a year, but a few of you have asked me my opinions on the shoe, so I got hold of it. I've been putting it to the test, and I've got a really good idea of what this one's all about now. But it's certainly one of the more niche running shoes that a certain segment of people are really going to enjoy and get the most out of. As always, let's start with the key specifications. They cost $130, and I'll let you know by the end of this review if I believe they're worth that price tag. That, by the way, is very affordable for any running shoe. They weigh 7.3 ounces or 207 grams. That's for a size US men's 9, and again, if you're not sure what that compares to other running shoes in this category, it's very lightweight. They have a drop of 4mm, that's 29mm under the heel, and 25mm under the toe. And the upper is using a very breathable engineered mesh with 3D modeled heel cup, and what that does is just cradle your foot within the shoe. It helps with lockdown and it stops any movement within the shoe. The fit of this one is spot on. The midsole is using a reformulated snappier power run foam and a responsive sock liner. So this kind of works as a modular system, I guess you could say, because the midsole is fairly firm and it's designed that way. I'll go into that in just a moment. And the stack is fairly low as well. So having a nice insole or sock liner, which gives you a little bit more responsiveness and bounce and cushioning as you step into it and on the run, just gives you a little bit of extra protection. Like I said before, without it, this would be a very different shoe. So I like what Saucony's done there, smart move. The outsole is using XT900 rubber compound from Saucony, and it is placed in key wear zones under the big toe and the outside edge of the heel. As you can see, really not much rubber compound here, and this is probably the one feature that lets the shoe down the most. And I'll go into why in just a moment. When it comes to sizing and fit, they're very much true to size. So just go by your usual US sizing and you should be absolutely fine here. And if you're familiar with Saucony, you've run in their shoes before, just go with your usual size. The fit and feel will feel very familiar to you, and that's something I love about Saucony, is just how consistent they are with the fit and sizing. They have that secure racing style fit in the midfoot, and that really gives a nice heel lockdown as well. I really like the articulated heel counter. That means you don't get too much pressure on the back of your Achilles. The toe box is average width, so there is a little bit of wiggle room there just to give you that little bit of extra comfort and caters to swelling on the run. But it's not sloppy at all, it just fits really good. The dual layer upper mesh is very breathable, especially considering it is dual layer, but it also makes it more durable having those two layers. You've got a softer one on the inside, so it's nice and comfortable on top of your foot, and a more durable ripstoppy type material on the top. But very breathable, so temperature regulation is very good here. The tongue is nice and wide, so it does stretch all the way around the top of your foot, and it's also gusseted, so it doesn't move around when you run. It's kind of attached to the upper itself. And finally, the collars, that tongue and the heel counter are all very padded, so it's nice and soft to slip your foot into. That translates to on the run. There's no rubbing points or hot spots in the shoe at all. It just feels spot on. If you're enjoying this review so far, please give a video a like. Really appreciate it when you guys do that. And of course, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. That'll let you know as soon as new videos drop. If you're not familiar with me and my channel, well, I always keep my reviews genuine, honest, and as insightful as possible to help you decide whether or not the shoes I'm currently reviewing are going to be good for you and your needs specifically. And that's the key difference there. I try to point out as many use cases or any areas where it might not be best for certain foot shapes and certain types of runners. So my goal really is to try and match you, the watcher, with the best running shoes for you and your needs. So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next review. And if you've had any experience with the Kinvara 16, I want to hear it. Put it in the comments down below. That's going to be super helpful for anyone else who watches this video, all my subscribers as well. Getting all your opinions out there, that crowdsourced information, is really going to help them decide whether or not it's going to be best for them or not. So please comment. I'm going to start by talking about the reformulated Power Run midsole foam and the ride it gives you. Because that's the most important thing here. That's what's going to be the deciding point for most people. Don't expect a plush cushion daily trainer with this one. It's very minimal, so it's very firm underfoot with a low stack height and a low drop, which means quite a few different things for you on your run. That low stack and a firmer, responsive midsole foam does mean it's a firm ride. So that means a shoe like this is actually really good for helping improve your running form because it encourages you to run in a very specific way, a way that we're designed to run, which means being very light-footed, landing more towards your forefoot, not stomping down hard on your heels, and treading lightly, but also with a high cadence. And that's really how you should be running. That's how we are biomechanically designed to run. So a running shoe like this, almost, I'm not going to say it feels like you're not wearing a shoe. There's definitely more protection than that, but it just helps bring you back to a time when we never wore shoes. What that means for you on your run is you will feel it more in your calves because you've got a lower drop, so you're going to be using your calves a lot more. Stick with it. It's going to maybe take a week for your legs to get used to that, the extra muscle use in your calves. But once you do get the hang of running in a lower drop, it's going to be better for you and your form in the long run. So I had to put all that out there because this shoe is very specific to a certain type of runner. One who does run with a high cadence. They don't really need all that cushioning underfoot or protection. And those who do have a high cadence and a fast pace running towards the forefoot of the shoe. So that's probably already put a good picture in your head as to who this running shoe is going to be best for. So if that is the kind of runner you are, these ones will also be good as a daily trainer and a tempo running shoe. But it's also worth noting that I don't really think this is much of a shoe beyond 10 kilometers. Yes, if you are one of those runners who likes running in a shoe like this, very minimal, then sure you can go over 10 kilometers. But for me personally, and for most runners out there, I think you're going to want more protection underfoot. This one is for 5Ks and fast 10Ks. Anyone who just wants to get a faster time as possible, but you don't want that plate putting in too much work for you. So it really is a speed trainer tempo running shoe that helps you out, helps improve your form over time, and allows you to work your muscles yourself to get the speed from the shoe. That's really what this one's all about. It's incredibly flexible. Like every part of this shoe flexes, and that makes it very comfortable to run in terms of not feeling like you've got to really push hard to flex the shoe, so your feet aren't working hard in that respect, which makes it feel very natural on the run. I really like that. It's flexible in the torsional aspect as well, and this is what the pop's like when I flex it and let go. Pretty good amount of pop, not the most pop in a tempo running shoe I've ever seen by any means, but a good amount from a foam like Power Run. Moving on to the outsole, well, look at it. I mean, there's a couple of areas of that rubber compound in high wear zones, which is nice, but I'm already seeing wear on the areas where it's exposed foam. And that is a big question for durability. Probably not going to get more than 300 miles out of these, but they are only $130. So that's probably why the price is low, because it doesn't have that more expensive rubber compound. Not having the compound does make the shoe lighter. It's incredibly lightweight. You hardly feel it on your feet. But durability here is not great, and exposed foam just isn't as grippy as rubber compounds. So you're not gonna have a good time in wet conditions, especially on painted surfaces, lines or letters on the road in the wet. This is gonna be very slippy. And as I said before, it's probably not going to last more than 300 miles looking at it. So really, if you are looking for a minimal running shoe that's going to be good for daily training and fast tempo miles, even races, 5Ks and 10Ks, not much more than that, I wouldn't recommend this one for. And you enjoy a shoe that helps you improve your form because it naturally encourages you to run more towards your forefoot and pick up your cadence as you're going, then this is a fantastic tempo running shoe. It's very traditional in that respect. There's no plate here like the Endorphin Speed 5, for example. So if you do want extra protection and you want a snappier, faster ride where you don't have to work quite as hard to get the pace from the shoe, then I'll check out the Endorphin Speed 5. And if you want a shoe like that, but more cushioned, arguably just as fast, but no plate, then check out my Saucony Endorphin Azura review, which I recently published. That shoe will be out in early 2026, so definitely get the scoop on that one right now. It's a fantastic shoe, and I think it's going to be one of the most popular running shoes for Saucony for a long time. Now, if you're wondering where the Saucony Kinvara 16 places on my best tempo running shoes roundup on alistairrunning.com, well, head over there to that link. That'll take you to my roundup of the best ones right now. I split that list into two very specific types of tempo running shoes. You've got the cushioned, more protective ones, and you've got the very minimal tempo or speed training shoes like this one. So check out the list, find the best ones for you. So are they worth $130? Well, I'm going to say yes for the right person. For most people out there, no, they're not. They're probably going to be too minimal when you could just get the Endorphin Azura or the Endorphin Speed 5 for similar price, a little bit more expensive, but they're going to give you more protection and arguably more speed with less effort coming from you. But don't forget, there are a lot of people out there who actually do want to put the effort in to get the speed, because then they're actually working their muscles more and they're going to improve during training so that when it comes to race day, they can really, really hammer it and get the best time possible. So it's for a very specific person who likes that minimal feel and likes to work hard. And for $130, for that person, they are very much worth it. But then I've got to bring into question the durability of this outsole. It's probably not going to last more than 300 miles. So you really got to work out, is $130 worth it for 300-ish miles? Well, that specific segment of people will definitely say yes, it's worth it. But most people who want the cushioning and a bit more durability, they're gonna say nah. Well, I really hope you enjoyed my Kinvara 16 review. Sorry it was a little bit late, but I'm glad I managed to get it out eventually anyway. And I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if you did enjoy it, like the video, it really helps me and my channel out. And make sure you subscribe to the channel for more running shoe reviews just like this one. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.